Hello there. Okay, now it seems like it is finally starting to get into a rhythm. Most people would be saying the past few episodes have been great. For me, it only picked up last episode, and this one's just started off perfectly. It basically starts off on a junkyard of a planet. They're going to free the prisoner. And I love this shot because you saw aliens everywhere, working on the planet, taking apart TIE fighters, taking apart rundown ships that have been dropped on this planet. It is the prisoner's job to dismantle them. And I love that. We get more of an image of what it's like for certain ranks of prisoners in the Star Wars galaxy. Bill Burr was great in this. His character is completely different from last season. Last season, he was the cocky sharpshooter, the best at everything, the one who didn't care. Now he's this understanding, sympathetic character. It's night and day with him completely with how his character is. However, this version of him worked so much better. The character he played was humorous. However, still understanding. You could see they introduced a part of his history without completely showing it, but made you sympathize for his character. Made you feel sorry for him because apparently something bad happened in the past. And he was trying to compensate for it by being cocky. But it was really getting to him. And it was humorous. The way he acted as he was getting freed, he felt so unsure. And it seems so real because with all that good luck happening, you know something bad's about to happen. He was hesitant to leave the prison world because he knew it was not good news. And it was humorous. It brought a lot of humor to it. The other cast, Gina Carano, Boba Fett, yeah, they did not really have much of a purpose. Boba Fett was primarily just the chauffeur. He was the one flying them from planet to planet, picking them up from a hot spot. He was their getaway driver. That's what his task was. And the two ladies, they were sharpshooters. They would stay back and protect them from a long range. You didn't see them much in this because, well, they didn't really serve much of a purpose till really the very end. It was primarily about Bill Burr's character and Pedro Pascal's character. Bill Burr kept trying to let Mando know that they are just like each other, that they're willing to do whatever it takes to get things right so that they can sleep at night. I will say this, even though Boba Fett doesn't do much in this episode, I love how every time he says something, it's a reference to the past, to clones, to his father, to a line of dialogue. Everything is somewhat relevant. Us fans can grab onto and just hold on to as just like, yes, this is great, this is amazing, without it being too serious. And they explained as to why he didn't have such a great presence in this episode, as to why none of them did except for Mando and Bill Burr's character. And honestly, after this, I hope his character returns later on, because he's an enjoyable guy to have along. Bill Burr's character really brought it. In all honesty, he was the focal point. It started out with him. He brought in humor at the beginning. It was humorous as he was cracking jokes, as he acted given the situation. But as he was impacted, as his character developed, as you learned about his past, it became more serious and more serious and more serious till you finally feel sorry for the guy and he finally takes action. Great episode. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the driving scene. However, it was kind of funny how at the very end of the chase, the people chasing him decide to activate all their thermal detonators. Instead of doing it, they always seem to have to place it directly on it when they could have just apparently activated them all and thrown them all at once. It's one of those cop-out things, last resort, boss fight, let's throw all our eggs in one basket. It happens in films, shows, so you got to give it a pass, but it is humorous when you actually see it happen. It is terribly obvious. If anything, they should have just added more pods chasing them. Instead of having every person and their mother carrying a thermal detonator, they should have just had more pods chasing them. That would have made more sense. It would have been, okay, they don't all have thermal detonators, because then now you're wondering, why didn't they do that in the first place? Why didn't they just bombard them with thermal detonators? That was my only real issue with this episode. Other than that, it's a great episode. Mando, again, isn't the focal point, but they are doing what Mando wants done. He is the one calling the shots. So it is nice that they're going his route. Even though we are jumping to another character, Another character always takes focus. Another character always becomes the main character of the story just to guide us through. But it is enjoyable when the character actually is enjoyable, actually is impactful, actually has a reason as to who they are, and they're not just flat or the bestest ever. That's all I pretty much have to say on this one. Well, not pretty much all. I could ramble on, but I want to avoid spoilers. I want to just avoid rambling for too long, because I tend to do that. On one more note, check out my buddy's channel, Bad Publicity Records. Right now, he's working on coming out with weekly podcasts relevant to pop culture, media, entertainment. He's bringing guests on, so it's not just him rambling on into a mic giving his own input like I tend to do. So it has more of a fluidity to it. So check him out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles.